Alright. It's the quarterfinals of Pigosaur, week number 35, and we've got Scarlett. She's back in action in the top left side of the map. Her opponent, ASTREA, in the bottom left side. Going for a gas first, no scout build. A greedy build for ASTREA. And Scarlett happily gets away with a 16 hatchery on location. But does mean ASTREA, of course, gives up the early block potential. I don't think he cares. I think he just wants to have really fast oracles, early adepts, get the warp gate out as well at a nice crisp timing. And it's going to lead to an economic arms race in the early game. Head-to-head, I have no idea. I think ASTREA is probably ahead over the last few years. But if you looked at their all-time record, it might be Scarlett favored just because the early years when ASTREA was an up-and-comer, she probably mauled him a whole bunch of times. I wonder if it's in ASTREA's favor. If Jamie wants to look that one up, when I say Jamie, I mean Twitch chat, you guys can let me know. But I think at this point, they're pretty evenly matched. ASTREA's kind of rusty, but just really good in general, despite he took so much time off. He's been back for a month or so. He's really been kicking butt. Month and a half, 2 months now. Scarlett, she's been back for a little while as well. And she's been using like Infestors against Terran really well. Apparently, even before Dallas, people were telling me she was using Infestors against Kelazur in like a show match or something. So apparently maybe Shin copied Scarlett with the recent Infestor usage, but I think we got to give credit where it's due. And ZvT, I know we're talking about a different matchup. I think we got to give credit to Dark, because his Cave Bob style used to build Infestors pretty much every game. Cancel on the Warp Gate. Rebuild of the Warp Gate. I don't know. Stargate does go down. So it's Chrono the Adept. Make a nice quick Stargate about what is that, 213? 211. Very nice Stargate timing. Warp Gate starts up afterwards, and another Adept is queued as well. The predictions are closing, guys, so if you're watching live, probably missed it, but curious. You guys can let me know what the percentages are for both sides. Before, we ran a trial prediction for this match, and the viewers, the amount of bacon, the resource, the kind of viewing points that people get to bet was 80% on ASTREA, 20% on Scarlett. So I thought, wow, people are so confident. Then I realized it was one guy had bet almost all of the money on ASTREA, so I'm not sure if that's still the same. Apparently it's 50-50 now. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. This one could go either way. Scarlett, though, she's very greedy at some moments. Like, we saw her against Max Pax being exceptionally greedy in a very close series last week. And she almost beat him, but he did end up doing a sneaky Zealot timing and caught her off guard. The Adepts are going to come in. Queens are there. Don't want to throw these Zerglings away. Going to track the Shade with the Lings. And of course, those Adepts will Shade to safety. It is going to be an Oracle into a Void Ray, guys. And that Void Ray will fly across the map, try and catch some of these Overlords. I do find people like to spread their Overlords quite far on this map. So it is a very good candidate for Void Ray. And then you can always come back and... Depth Shade away. Picked off a Zergling on the map. Nicely done. You can come back and kill this Overlord here later. Now, 4 Adepts out already is also really nice. This is really well done by ASTREA. The Oracle looks like poked in and just got pushed back by the Queens. Scarlett with a second Spore coming up in the natural and a big transfer to the third. Now, that's cool. You might think, why is she over-transferring? The reason is she doesn't want units constantly rallying between the bases because that's where the Oracles can swoop in and get easy kills. So she does a big transfer that's guarded by the Queens and then keeps the rally point otherwise focused on the natural. This is really clever play by Scarlett. But a couple of Creep Tumor Snipes will force her to spend some energy. And a 420 Lair up against a Fleet Beacon. Now, it's cool, guys. ASTREA made this look like a normal build, but he's still going 3rd and 4th gas Fleet Beacon, 2nd Stargate. So he's disguising his Tempest build. Scarlett sniffs a rat. I don't know how she sniffs it, but she does. She's going for an incredibly fast Lair, which means with an Overseer, and especially with an early Spire, Overseer to scout, Spire to shut it down. She can shut down Tempest super hardcore. This is really cool that she's so well prepared, but she's a little light on Zerglings. Shade does cancel, though, from those Adepts. Evo Chambers on the way, 3rd and 4th gas coming in. Queen is there as well. Spore's going to move over to the left side. And here we go. Oracle's coming forward. Void Ray's there. Void Ray is going to take a fair bit of damage. 95 hit points left of its 150 original. And it's carriers! And he's rebuilding his Cybercore. Wait. He's building a second Cybercore. He's going to go 3-3 air. This is not even a good build, ASTREA. Air armor upgrades don't even help against Corruptors. They only help against Hydras. Maybe he just predicts she's going to do a Hydra timing? This is the most metagame shit I have ever seen in my life, guys. It's fantastic. Sorry for my French there. Wow. This is so meta. Yeah, he's going to try to get 6 carriers with 2-1 upgrades. If he can get like 8 carriers with 2-1 upgrades, Hydra's going to fall off a cliff. Wow, this is bizarre. Plus, oh no! He's not, okay, he's just going air upgrades, but he doesn't want to give away what he's doing. So he's not using the Cybercore in the wall because Lings would run up and see it spinning. Okay, I thought, okay, I misread it, guys. I thought he was going to use both Cybercores, but this is just to disguise the fact that he's upgrading his Sky Toss. This is so good against Hydras. She doesn't realize what's happening. This is the problem. Scarlett right now, she's a little blind. We're on her camera, guys. And she's just like, yeah, I'm making Hydras. I'm on 66 workers. What the hell are you doing? She's trying to scout with a Ling. She's got an Overseer going down the left, but she doesn't know what's happening. She still might be able to just A-move him with Mass Hydra Ling. Maybe. She will have +1 range with it. Like, I feel like even 4 carriers struggles pretty hard against Hydras. There's no ground transition on the way for ASTREA. He's just building batteries. I don't think he's going to have enough firepower. I think batteries are the wrong investment. I actually think if she just commits fully, she can kill him, but she doesn't know what she's going into, so she might hesitate. She needs to go with, I think, 25 Hydras. She's got 12, 10 more popping. I think she can move out. I think she can move out, start picking away at the static def, and trying to just pick off interceptors. She sees very defensive stasis traps. She starts her groove spines. She sets off the stasis trap from across the wall. Good micro with that Ling. Oh, that's slick. And here she goes. She's going for it. Let's go back to everyone's camera. All right, 4 carriers are out. 5th and 6th will be popping at some point soon. But the carriers aren't ready on the front. Why is he not there? He's a little bit slow to get in position. I don't know if he realized her whole army was about to be here. She focused the stasis trap. That would have been so annoying if that stasis went off. Great defense there by Scarlett. He's trying to attack his own building to launch the interceptors. He's going to get a few Hydras easily taken on that left side, but the right side goes down, and the carrier is way too slow to come out front. ASTREA here, trying to play 5D chess, does a triple backflip over himself with his hidden Cybercore, and then just dies to a Hydra A move. Kind of lands on his neck, snaps his own neck, and goes, ah, I hid what I was doing, but she just killed me with a Hydra Ling attack, and too much fanciness from ASTREA, who's going to try to rebuild the 3rd and make a mothership and turtle this out. The problem is, you know she's going to go corrupted now, right? She's not, though. She's going infestation. All right. Lings, see that Cybercore has a lot of surface area. It's going to go down real fast. He needs to rewall. Carriers attacking to the Queen Hydra. Could take a decent trade, Ken ASTREA, but he's got to be careful. Those Hydras could jump on top. Carriers at home will help the Adepts defend. Carriers on the front doing some decent damage, but interceptors do cost money. They are not free. And even though that does do damage on the other side, he loses his 3rd Nexus again. 2 Nexi have died, so that one did not get cancelled. And ASTREA is down in the dumps against a 76 worker Zerg who refuses to build a Spire. I worry about the refusing to build a Spire. There's an elegance to staying on a simple army and just having an abundance of units. But he's adding Storm, which is exactly what he needs. If he can get out somehow like 6 High Templar, maybe. Maybe. She's just going to go Vipers, guys. Viper Lurker. Lurkers will clear the ground. I mean, I think with Lurkers... Wait, where's the Lurker then? No Lurker then? Is she just going Vipers? Okay, she's got to get going. She can't waste time. She's not teching up. No Lurker then? Nothing, but she needs to go. She's building Spores. Why are we building Spores? You to go. She's got to get over here, man. She's going for 54 Hydralisks. Lings. Not quite setting off the stasis trap. This one might on the retreat. Nope, they're going to go down. Stasis traps and storms. Is it enough? ASTREA doesn't have any storm energy. I don't know if he has any energy for energy recharge right now. The carrier's committing to a fight. He's kind of crazy right now. Needs to pull these interceptors back, but there's no return to carrier button. If there was, they'd be a much stronger unit. He's going to attack his own Cybercore. Comes forward here. The High Templar landing Omega Storms. One carrier goes down. Make it 2. Does try to tank with the carriers there on purpose, but it's not quite enough. Scarlett is going to tank those storms to their face and push through. All right, guys. Scarlett in the bottom left. ASTREA came in with an early block. She did a fancy dodge, ends up getting a very delayed hatchery down, and she comes in for her hatchery block counter, which she can't get down because ASTREA is ready for it. He saw her being tricky down there with the drone not building the hatchery, and ASTREA was like, okay. Now she's blocking him. doing a bit of a circly with the drone, just being annoying. But ASTREA down 1 game. Let me flip that scoreboard. There we go. And we are going into game 2 now. There's a new prediction up. If you're watching live, get your bets in before that does close in about a minute's time. Usually about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes at the latest. I think 3 minutes is when we're doing it. This one is when we're closing predictions, so get those in. If you guys want to support the prize pool, just type !tip or !donate, either one of those. Or if you're on desktop, there's a button below the stream as well. Thank you guys for been supporting the tournament. Really appreciate it. Oh, 3rd hatchery really early as well. Okay, so Scarlett's going to do 3 hatchery. Interesting. Ling speed's coming out as well. She's going to go for that super quick 3rd, but no, it's a bit of an awkward opening because she's built this extra overlord already. So it's not a super optimal opening what she's doing, but she's got quick Ling speed. I think it'll be fine. And ASTREA not too keen on double chronoing Adepts. I actually think double chrono Adepts would be really annoying for Scarlett to deal with this game. ASTREA apparently does think so as well. So he does decide, you know what, actually I will drop another chrono in there. And he has Stargate and Warp Gate behind it. Scarlett's going to poke in with her Overlord and of course see that. ASTREA going to see if he can force a bunch more Zerglings. Maybe pick 1 or 2 off. If he's lucky, get a drone. Queen's very late here. Queen pops out, and Scarlett already losing a Zergling. Oh, he gets a drone as well. You could tell the way he was moving next to the drone. For a drone to build a Spore Crawler to protect itself, it needs space. So by moving close to it, he forced her to pull the drone away, and she just couldn't quite get to the position where she wanted to build that Spore. Bentwig, thank you for the $10, mate. Really appreciate you adding to the prize pool. Oh, drone's pulling away. Okay, another drone going down. This is a problematic start. Like I said, this start is really tough. This start is so tough. Oh, Queens. Hello, hello, hello. It does take out an Adept. Very nicely done. My lord. Big thank you, DevWatcher, big supporter of last week's tournament as well. And that fills out today's goal, guys. Thank you so much for helping us cover the prize pool for this tournament. Really appreciate you guys watching live. If you guys want to watch live, this is every Wednesday, Australia, Oceania, Asia time. Every Tuesday, if you're in North America or Europe, in the afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And there was a lot of Lings going down, but the 2 Adepts are gone. Scarlett has regained control of her side of the map. The question is, only 1 Queen in position. These 2 Queens scrambling. They aren't quite there. Her Spore just got blocked. But luckily for ASTREA, probably assumed there was a Spore. If he dove, he could have got a few drones. She realizes the Spore got blocked, places it down a second time. She didn't even have a Spore in the main this whole time, so she's definitely on the ropes. But the fact that the first Oracle didn't find the way in, this is really good. She needed to survive here. Otherwise, ASTREA was going to get out of control. He's gone for a Phoenix now, by the way. But notice her only Overlord is hidden in the back corner. He's circling. He'll eventually find it with this queued up attack move. Evo Chamber and 2 more gases go down for Scarlett. She was a bit supply blocked there. Some dark style macro. I guess she goes melee. It just feels like a late melee. Late lair, late melee. I think she has to take an early 4th with this build. But no Roach Warren either. Okay, there we go. Roach Warren's going to go down at 5 minutes. Charge build this time for ASTREA. So he's starting charge in +1. Phoenix comes forward. He actually ended up not continuing and finishing the entire route, which means that Overlord in the back is just hiding. So she can morph that into an Overseer later on. Scout anytime she wants. Lair and 4th Hatchery both starting. This Overlord barely survives there. Oracle's cancelling the 4th base and clearing some creep. Oh, very effective here. And ASTREA's just kind of pushing her vision. And notice, not going to be able to kill any Overlords. She's too quick to respond. But he's pushed her vision into a bit more of a controlled area, which is nice. And, oh, does have enough energy to clear this creep there. I think with the Revelation, he can clear that one as well. And that's going to be a really nice, just keeping her contained a little bit. Now, she's misplaced her hatchery, so she has to cancel it again and replace it. +1 melee and Overlord speeder on the way. Is she going to do a Roach Queen timing? It looks like she is, but her opening's been scuffed. I kind of would have liked to see her tech to lair. Because I think even though her opening's been scuffed, she's had a good economy. It just feels like any sort of like Queen drop Roach Ravager Ling timing is going to hit a bit late. That being said, dude, look at the way ASTREA's shielding with the Adepts. He's got 16 Zealots coming. She is building Roaches, though. The fact that she's planning aggression should keep her safe from this. But those Zealots are going to be a big surprise, which means they could just catch her out of position. Phoenix on the left side could maybe pick off an Overlord. But first things first, Queens and Roaches are not together. She's building mostly Lings right now, which are not what you want against +1 Zealots. +1 Zealots going to two-shot these Lings. A lot of her Lings are also on the other side of the map trying to counterattack. Queen Roach trying to defend. Drones might want to actually fight the Zealots here. The Queens are going down. Oh no, the Queens are going down, which means the Oracles are actually going to be able to overwhelm the Queens. All the Queens just went down. She's got no Queens left, and she is in the doo-doo right now. If her Lings had clicked into the base from up here, maybe they could have found more damage. But right now, look at this. She's cowering because those Oracles have so much control. Luckily, the energy does get worn out. ASTREA very slow into his blink transition. Starts a few batteries here. Mass Ravager Ling is going to come in. ASTREA can only refill one Oracle on energy. I think she's just going to go. She's just going to do it. She's like Roach speeds for cucks and tryhards. I am neither of those. I am a Ravager warrior. A Ravager of the Protoss. She's going to drop 8 Lings in the main. It may be delayed, but it's still hard to stop. His army's kind of small. He is building a Void Ray, but it's not ready right now. I think he's wanting to overwhelm with Void Ray, Phoenix, Oracle. She's bringing a Queen across the map, but only one. Not really going to achieve that much, but it's a lot of Ravager Ling. Lings will be running into stasis traps. Uh-oh, big one to start. Bile's not able to land on that Oracle. At the same time, Ling's trying to breach the natural, but the Zealots are going to do really well defending there. Single Queen does drop, which can deflect one Oracle, kind of. But this is definitely an awkward attack for SCARLETT. But 8 Lings in the main could still find the work. Is she going to 2-0 ASTREA? His army looks awfully small right now. He's also not really on the side with the batteries. Biles take out a Void Ray. Stalker Probe in the main will finally defend, but not without 10 probe losses. And this is a crazy situation because now she's got a lot of Ravagers, but if those Ravagers go down, her army is just Lings and 3 Queens. Like, it's not like her army's that big. These Ravagers cost 3 supply each. They don't have the best stats, but they've got good range. They are adding some good firepower. They're starting to fall. The Bile's landing pretty decently, taking out a few probes, but ASTREA's got some good micro. You can see her supply starting to fall. That's the problem. Like I said, her army is basically just a handful of Ravagers, a pack of Lings, and a few Queens, and all of her Queens are on the front. She's on 4 hatcheries, which is nice. She can transition into, like, you know, okay, move my workers from my main, move my workers from my natural. I still got 4 base mining. Problem is, what's the follow-up? She's going +2 melee and roach speed. This is where a lot of Zergs throw down a Baneling Nest. It is the worst thing you can do in this scenario, in my opinion. Oh no, she's doing it. I always feel like when you're behind in a game like this, the Baneling Nest is like it's almost like you're accepting defeat. It feels like, maybe I'm being overly critical, but for me, I feel like Banelings never get you back in the game. Infestation Pit, I'm much happier to see. I feel like, I mean, what is a good transition? Banelings can still help you defend a Stalker counterattack because you can surround with Banelings. As long as she's not committing to like an attack with Banes and just using them defensively, maybe for the odd run by is pretty good. Dude, look how many batteries he built. At least his mining's totally wrecked. He should really kill one of these batteries. These 3 mineral patches are very inefficient right now. But no hive, and I mean, ASTREA feels so much relief. Seeing that, he's like, oh, your infestation's just finished. Oh, you're kind of screwed. And with how much storm he's going to have, like, she needs to get a move on. And the question is, does she go Spire? Does she go Lurkiden? What is it? Oh, damn. L Hitchum with a massive tip. Thank you. Ooh, Plasma Shield's coming in as well. Really nice. Thank you so much, L Hitchum. Really appreciate the support. Plasma Shields is really good. I mean, Stalker Storm Archon can totally defend Roachbane. She's going Hydroden, so she is going to play Lurkers. I was going to say she needs to hurry up on that, though. She's got to go Lurkiden right now. She can't be delaying that at all. It's already not going to be ready in time when the Hive is finished. There we go. Lurkiden's going to go down. She needs those Lurker upgrades desperately. Problem for SCARLETT is she's maxing on a Roach army, guys. Stalker armies aren't amazing, but when they're supported by Psystorm, they scale a lot better than Roach Ravager Ling Bane. I do like, though, that SCARLETT hasn't made Banelings yet. And you can see the Roaches, they can weather a storm. It's not the end of the world. But it's over time if you keep forcing your way into it where things can get bad. Lings on the left do have to pull back. Lurkiden, as you can see, very delayed from that Hive. And I feel like her tech was already so late. She desperately needed to get that Hive up as fast as possible. She's got 1,800 gas, no way to spend it. Might be time for her to build Static, but if she builds Static, that's going to lower her already not that impressive drone count. And if she builds more drones to replace them when there's already a very scary Protoss army out here, That is definitely questionable. She's morphing Mass Baneling. He's going to continue attacking on the left. This is a great move by ASTREA. He's going to force her to pull back with at least part of her army. Well, this army defends in front of the base. And the most important thing with Stalker Storm is to defend in front of the base. So you've got room to pull back to the cannons and batteries. That was something we realized. We were watching the Showtime Shin series from Dallas. And we were wondering how Shin kept busting him. And it's because Showtime was like sitting too far back behind his cannons. Whereas if your army's in front like this, with especially if you're pre-split, it's really hard for Banelings to ever find a good connection. All right, she's got Hydra upgrades coming in. She's got +3 melee, +1 range. Still no Lurker upgrades just yet. So she's kind of transitioning into Hydraling Bane at this point, but I feel like those Lurker upgrades have just been forgotten because ASTREA's posturing like he wants to fight. Oh no, Mass Roach gets caught. Oh no. Scarlett's going to lose a lot of Roaches here. It's a lot of supply going down. It's not the most high value supply. She did need to trade it out anyway. Her spines are trying to get up, but they're not here just yet. Uh-oh. This is getting messy. Roach is going to try and defend this top left side. Queens do lure those Zealots in. The spines are going to come up. Gold base is there. Banelings. Oh, gosh. Decent spready on the Banes. Oh, the Banes actually get some big boom booms and very good boom booms. Oh, my gosh. ASTREA's army gets caught, but he answers with a 12 Zealot warp in the main. The spine crawler wall already went down. And he's going to snipe the hatchery on the right side as well. ASTREA is so rich, he can afford to be a little wasteful. He's going Mothership Carrier behind it. So he's trading his army out for an air army that she has no answer to. It looks like ASTREA has pretty much dead to rights in this game. Unless she can crush this army and spring across and kill a base, but her army's not that big. It's Roach Ravager Ling Hydra. There's no Lurkers on the field. And she's going to try and chase these Archons down, but the Ling's not good at chasing into Archons. As we could see, the stutter step was really nice. Still a Prism in the back door, but she's left a few Hydras and Lings waiting for it. Scarlett survives, but to what avail? She's got +2 range, Adaptive Talons on the way. I guess she already made Seismic Spines, but it's just tough right now against a 5-base Protoss, right? Cannon battery, carriers coming out. He's got all of the tools now that just make her life impossible. I do think that Lurker timing, that Hive timing being a little bit faster, being prioritized, definitely would have made this game playable. She might have been able to do some really good moves. I'm not saying she would have been ahead. She would have definitely won. But damn, dude, brutal move by ASTREA. Catches the Lurkers on their own. The problem that happened in this game is because he was on the front with 2 armies, she kept forgetting to use her Lurker Den. Her Hive was already delayed because she made Baneling Nest before Infestation. She should have gone Infestation before Baneling Nest, gone for the Hive quicker, gone for the Lurker Den quicker, and then upgraded those Lurkers and morphed them quicker. Instead, she got stuck trying to defend, and she didn't have any time to morph Lurkers. All right, guys. Scarlett bottom left side, and ASTREA blocking once again. He says, no hatchery for you. And he got some really good damage there, so this is going to be awesome, dude. I can't wait to see how this goes on. She's going to just take the third this time around. 17 supply third base, no big surprises there. Gate and gas at home. And I don't think on this map you can scout the third hatchery from the high ground. It's just going to come in and harass. I think he's like, yeah, you're not going to try any funny business. He does send a probe down a little early. So if she was coming in to build a hatchery, he could block it. Unless she went hatchery first in his natural, which is incredibly rare. Got a comment from Micah. Says, I just demolished a cannon rush. I feel like a king. That's the thing, right? And don't get me wrong. This is like true of games in most situations, is if it weren't a little frustrating and didn't feel a little limber, would it feel as good to crush? I don't know. That's why StarCraft is riddled with things that feel kind of unfair. And it feels so good to shut it down. You got to be a proper hardcore hate gamer, though, you know? If you're like oh no, I'm just looking for good vibes when I play games. StarCraft might be too hardcore. That feeling of really this one probe is going to ruin my whole game. It's going to just build some buildings in my base. But it is what it is. Link speed on the way. Third hatchery's up. Question, guys. Are we going to see double Chrono Adept? Looks like we probably are. I do like double Chrono Adept. I think it's fantastic. I've yet to beat a late game Sky Toss one day, though. Oh, I mean, it feels just as satisfying killing him before they get there, doesn't it? Ultras and Corruptors, though, usually the best bet. Ultra Corruptor. Or just Ultra Lingbane base trade, pretty fun. Just never engage in the actual air fight. That's a cool way to do it. Just kill everything on the ground. Adept's gonna come in. Good pullback by SCARLETT. Nice positioning for ASTREA. Oh, he cancels! Greedy ASTREA. Gets 2 lings for his trouble. She pulls back the 3rd. As long as you're not losing drones, I think you're fine. Almost gets another one. Oracle is on the way. Overlord going into the back door there. SCARLETT's been scouting him. He's not been keen to build an early Stalker. If this was a best of 5 and it went to a game 4, I would definitely say build a Stalker first next game or as your second unit. Ling's coming in, gonna find the probe. Great catch. There's also only a probe in the natural wall. She's gonna go for the Adepts, which just goes for this one. Doesn't quite get it. Good pull away. 5 drones building. SCARLETT's got a Spore there in the main. Lots and lots of drones. She's been good at not getting supply blocked. The Oracle's a bit more defensive because she's been posturing at the other side, but now it's filled up with energy and it's ready to go. Step's going to attack the debris just to get warmed up. Important to warm up before battle. Spore Crawler's not ready. He could totally dive there, but playing a little more cautiously is ASTREA. Oracle rotates. Just going to clear the creep by the looks of it. Yep. Gets the 2 creep tumors. Happy to just force reactions for now. It's not really forcing damage. Oh! Careful. Oh, she goes for the surround. Oracle's going to kill a lot of these Zerglings, but the Adepts will go down. I think that's something SCARLETT's happy to take that trade. Just get rid of the problem. Yes, you've lost 21 Zerglings, but you got rid of 3 Adepts and a probe. You did slow down the 3rd before. I think she's happy to just kind of, you know, get rid of the problem, drop a 4th, hold the drone key down, make the lair, get the ability to just focus on your macro. Because even a top player really struggles to hit their injects, hit their overlords, spread their creep when they're dealing with oracles and adepts in their face. And that's why ASTREA just being very annoying, not stopping. Oh my gosh, she's being a proper nuisance. These drones need to run. SCARLETT has to run drones in these sort of situations. She loses at least 4 drones here if you focus fire as well. And the stasis trap's going to be annoying as well. 5 drones going down, and this is very tilting the way he's doing this. If I was SCARLETT, I'd be a little mad. I'd be like, can you get out of my base? This is my base. My base, get out. And you know, like there's just when they hang around like that and they start using those edges. Now, obviously it all comes down to the fact that SCARLETT, she didn't rebuild her lings after the previous trade. She thought she'd kicked him out of her base. Remember I said she's happy to trade the lings to the adepts. You got to always replace at least 8 lings on standby. She only had 1 Zergling when those adepts came in. That's why that was so hard to deal with. Now, don't get me wrong. She's done a very good job of droning. She's got a 4th there, 5th base on the way. Her Hydra Den's coming down. She has entirely bypassed the Roach Tech. He's going to play Blink Pressure into 6-cast Storm, so it's going to be a very light Blink Pressure, but nonetheless annoying. Even a handful of Stalkers can be a nuisance. Queenling is ready. Once again, going to lose that creep tumor. Just impossible for SCARLETT to get creep up, isn't it? Oh, okay, good reaction by SCARLETT. Setting off the stasis trap. Stalker's wanting to poke in. She's like, are you sure about that, buddy? Are you sure? And I think she should pull back. She's going a bit too far. Oh, is she though? She just willing to sacrifice lings? Stalkers are so expensive, it might be worth it, but no, I don't really think so. She only gets 2 Stalkers, and I do think she chased a bit too far. Storm +2, Robo on the way. Ooh, Overseer sneaking in. She's going to maybe contaminate the Storm. I'd actually prefer contaminating the Forge. It's going to be a while till it has energy, though. But I do love that more Zergs have been mixing this in. 6 Overlords on the way for SCARLETT. The supply blocks have been a menace. It just shows how much ASTREA has been getting under her skin. That being said, his 4th is not that early. He's playing more of a 3-base heavy style. I think he's trying to play really safe here. I think ASTREA feels like he is the favored player. Misses that forward tumor with that revelation. That's good for her. Try and revelate these ones on the next. See if he gets both of them. Nope, he misses both of them. ASTREA. Misses all 3 of the front active tumors. Which, I mean, maybe there'll be a tiny hole in the creep here, but there we go. Next try does clean it up. Hydraling on the right side, though. He's spending a lot of time screwing around with that. That being said, guys, Storm is already finished. Scarlet contaminates the +2. She doesn't have Groove Spines. It looks like a Hydraling all in. ASTREA spotted it. Oh, he goes forward, jumps on top. Great Storms. Zealot's cleaning the Lings. Stalker Storm cleaning the Hydras. More units coming from behind, but oh, he's all over this. He's all over this. Yes, the High Templar get focused down, but at what cost? Oh my lord. Scarlet just got mauled there. That game over in an instant. I did not expect that, but you could tell this early game, he was just getting under her skin, right? He was getting just a bit too much damage, and then she was getting supply blocked, and then her Lings weren't ready. And she needed to just hide these units a little bit better on the right side, bring this army up for the left, dive into the natural, and then go in. But he spotted her a bit too early. Her Groove Spine's still not done at 8 minutes, so it's not like it's going to be a very crisp Hydraling all-in anyway. And Lings and Hydras are all about the mobility. It's all about, oh, you can't be everywhere at once. Ling Hydra breaches the natural, gets in here. Units run in from the right, units run in from the left. You snipe High Templar when he's not looking at. This is the opposite of what Scarlet wanted to have happen in this game. And ASTREA will hold on strong and stop her in her tracks. GG, well played.